The Heist Part 6. The crew's successful interception of the Phantom's heist had dealt a significant blow to their operations, but they knew their enemy would not back down easily. The Phantom was still out there, and the final confrontation was inevitable. Back at the hideout, the team gathered around the central table, reviewing the latest intel. "We've disrupted their plans, but the Phantom is still a threat," Alex said, his voice steady. "We need to take them down once and for all." Mia, who had been working tirelessly on decrypting more files, looked up from her laptop. "I've found something. It looks like the Phantom is planning a final, desperate move. They're targeting the city's central command center. If they succeed, they could gain control over the entire city's infrastructure." "We can't let that happen," Sam said, his voice determined. "We need to stop them before they can pull off the attack." "Agreed," Alex replied. "But we need to be smart about this. We can't afford any mistakes." The crew spent the next few days gathering intel and preparing for their final mission. They attended underground races, met with informants, and slowly pieced together the Phantom's plans. They learned that the attack was scheduled for the following night, and they needed to act fast. As night fell, the crew set out, their cars roaring through the city streets. They reached the command center and took their positions, waiting for the right moment to strike. The tension was palpable, each member of the crew focused and ready. "Here they come," Alex said over the comms as the Phantom's team arrived at the command center. Mia hacked into the command center's security systems, disabling the alarms and cameras. "You're clear. Go." Jake and Lisa moved first, their cars speeding towards the command center's entrance. They executed their maneuvers with precision, forcing the Phantom's team to a halt. The guards scrambled to respond, but the crew was already in motion. Alex and Sam targeted the main control room, their cars flanking it on either side. They used grappling hooks to latch onto the control room, pulling it to a stop. The guards opened fire, but the crew was prepared, using their cars as shields. "Move in," Alex shouted. The crew sprang into action, engaging the Phantom's team in a fierce firefight. Jake's brute strength and Lisa's agility proved invaluable as they took down their opponents. Sam used his tactical skills to outmaneuver the guards, while Alex provided cover fire. Mia stayed in her car, monitoring the situation and providing real-time updates. "You've got more guards incoming. Watch your six." The crew fought their way to the control room, finally reaching the main chamber. They pried open the doors, revealing the central command systems inside, advanced technology that could control the entire city's infrastructure. "We need to disable this," Alex said, his voice urgent. "Mia, can you do it?" Mia nodded, her fingers flying over the keyboard. "I'm on it. Just give me a few minutes." As Mia worked to disable the command systems, the rest of the crew provided cover, taking out any remaining guards and ensuring Mia had the time she needed. Finally, Mia managed to disable the systems, preventing the Phantom from gaining control. "We did it," Jake said, a grin spreading across his face. But their celebration was short-lived. As they turned to leave, the Phantom appeared, a smug smile on their face. "You think you've won?" the Phantom taunted. "This is far from over." "This ends now," Alex replied, his voice steady. The final confrontation was intense, with the crew using every trick and gadget at their disposal. The Phantom proved to be a formidable opponent, but the crew's determination and unity gave them the edge. In the end, they managed to corner the Phantom, forcing them to surrender. The Phantom's mask fell away, revealing a face filled with anger and defeat. "You may have won this battle," the Phantom spat. "But the war is far from over." "We'll be ready," Alex replied. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together. As the dust settled, the crew regrouped, their breaths coming in heavy gasps. They had won, but they knew the fight was far from over. "We did it," Elena said, a grin spreading across her face. "But the Phantom's network is still out there," Sam reminded them. "We need to stay vigilant." Alex nodded, his resolve stronger than ever. "We'll be ready. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." The crew knew the road ahead would be dangerous, but they were ready for the fight. The crew's victory over the Phantom at the command center had brought a sense of relief, but the battle had taken its toll. They had managed to prevent the Phantom from gaining control over the city's infrastructure, but the cost had been high. Back at the hideout, the team gathered around the central table, their expressions a mix of exhaustion and determination. "We did it," Jake said, his voice filled with a mix of pride and fatigue. "We stopped the Phantom." "But at what cost?" Mia replied, her eyes reflecting the weight of their journey. "We've lost so much along the way." Alex nodded, his gaze steady. "We've faced incredible challenges, but we've also grown stronger as a team. We've proven that we can overcome anything as long as we stick together." The crew took a moment to reflect on their journey, each member lost in their own thoughts. They had faced danger, betrayal, and loss, but they had also forged unbreakable bonds and discovered their true strengths. "We need to stay vigilant," Sam said, breaking the silence. "The Phantom's network is still out there, and they won't stop until they've regained control." "Agreed," Alex replied. "But for now, we need to regroup and recover. We've earned a moment of rest." The crew spent the next few days repairing their vehicles, upgrading their equipment, and taking time to heal. They knew the road ahead would be filled with new challenges, but they were ready to face them together. One evening, as the sun set over the city, the crew gathered on the rooftop of their hideout. The view was breathtaking, the city lights twinkling like stars below them. "We've come a long way," Lisa said, her voice filled with a sense of wonder. "I never thought we'd make it this far." "Neither did I," Elena replied, a smile spreading across her face. "But here we are, stronger than ever." Alex looked at his team, his heart swelling with pride. "We've faced incredible odds and come out on top. We've proven that we're more than just a crew, we're a family." The crew raised their glasses in a toast, their spirits lifted by the sense of camaraderie and accomplishment. They knew the fight was far from over, but they were ready for whatever came next. As they stood together, watching the city below, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. The crew's victory over the Phantom had given them a moment of peace, but they knew their journey was far from over. The city was safe for now, but new challenges and opportunities were on the horizon. Back at the hideout, the team gathered around the central table, discussing their next steps. "We've come a long way," Alex said, his voice filled with a mix of pride and determination. "But we can't let our guard down. The Phantom's network is still out there, and we need to be ready for whatever comes next." "Agreed," Mia replied. "But we also need to take this time to rebuild and strengthen our team. We've faced incredible challenges, but we've also grown stronger together." The crew spent the next few days repairing their vehicles, upgrading their equipment, and taking time to heal. They knew the road ahead would be filled with new challenges, but they were ready to face them together. One evening, as the sun set over the city, the crew gathered on the rooftop of their hideout. The view was breathtaking, the city lights twinkling like stars below them. "We've come a long way," Lisa said, her voice filled with a sense of wonder. "I never thought we'd make it this far." Neither did I, Elena replied, a smile spreading across her face. But here we are, stronger than ever.